Algebra 1, I'm going to talk about some of the intro stuff for exponents because I know that your first classwork packet is all about the rules of exponents and the problems that you're going to have to do. First, I wanted to go over some of the basic rules. First and foremost, anything raised to the 0 power, no matter what, is always 1. So if I have 3 to the 0 power, automatically it's just going to be 1. If I have anything being multiplied together raised to an exponent, as long as the bases are the same, you just add the exponents together. So if I have x to the 5th times x to the 2nd, that becomes x to the 7th. 5 plus 2, that exponent becomes 7. If I'm raising anything to an exponent, you are multiplying those two exponents together to get your final answer. The reason is because x to the 5th, for example, raised to the 2nd power, is the same thing as x to the 5th times x to the 5th. And because we're going to follow the rule of anytime we're multiplying, you add the exponents, that becomes x to the 10th. So the shortcut for that would be x to the 5th raised to the 2nd, multiply the 5 and the 2 to get you to the x to the 10th. The last two that I'm going to go over before I switch over to some example problems are x to the 5th over x to the 2nd. So if you are dividing, you just subtract those. The reason being because if I expand x to the 5th as x times x times x times x times x over x times x, if I expand those, the x's cancel out if there's 1 on the top for 1 on the bottom. That becomes x to the 3rd. So again, a very quick shortcut would just be x to the 5th over x to the 2nd. You just do 5 minus 2 to get you that 3rd power. The other one that you probably haven't seen before, maybe you have, if you have a negative exponent, that is the same thing as 1 over the exponent in a positive form. So x to the negative 5th is the same thing as 1 over x to the 5th. I hope that this intro to some exponent stuff makes sense. In my next video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about some example problems that are a little bit more complex, as well as when your exponent is a fraction. So hold tight. I'll be sharing some examples about those in a minute.